Wednesday, December 31st, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour, Jacob Gramegna, and we have a great show lined up for you today. The last show of the year, the last show of 2025.
Did you have to double check the date?
Yeah, I almost.
How could you not know?
I almost said 21st. For some
Okay,
reason, I wrote down 21st in my notes instead of the 31st. I think I might have misclicked. I thought nobody noticed the little hiccup there, but yeah, it is New Year's Eve.
Yes.
Day of New Year's Eve.
It is.
Anyways, got a great show for you guys today. Great lineup. Batting leadoff, we got Josh Nunn coming on. Going to talk a little bit of college football playoffs. Some bowl games. We got 4 bowl games today. Early bowl games, too, so you're going to want to get in on that action relatively quickly if you're watching the show live. Touch a little bit on the college football playoffs. I also want to get his opinion on something we talked about with Corby. Josh Hoover looks like he's probably going to Indiana. It seems like the development phase of college football is kind of out, and a lot of the sharper teams, I consider Kirk's United to be a pretty sharp coach, and I consider him pretty sharp. Seems like we're going the path of like, why develop when you can just hit the transfer portal, get a really good quarterback, instead of developing within, which is, we hear a lot in college football, or we used to hear a lot in college football. Then we got George coming on, talking week 18. We're going to skip over the boring games, the not so important games. We're going to talk about the super important ones, though. Carolina, Tampa Bay, Seattle, San Fran, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh. 3 of the most important games of the week. Divisional deciders is what we'll call them. And then finally, Alex is going to come on for some NHL best bets. Unfortunately, So Money was also going to be on, but he's sick. So what you're going to do is go on Twitter, shoot him a DM, be like, So Money, hope you're feeling better. Because I hope he's feeling better. I know he's watching. Hope you're feeling better. So Money.
And Moretto gave out a early bet in the chat as well.
What the hell?
Yeah.
What do we?
Can't wait.
Oh, he won't be on before the puck drops.
No edging. Less edging today.
Puck game starts at 12:30.
You got a bet ready to go in the
Yeah,
chat.
look at that. New York, Washington over 6, -105. First official bet of the day since I won't be on here before the puck drop. Like, why wouldn't you schedule yourself on before the puck drops then? Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. Great show. Great lineup. Excited to get into things for today. It's New Year's Eve, sorry. Quick reminder to the folks who are watching. If you're going to be going out for New Year's Eve, I'm going to say this twice during the show at the beginning and the end. Make sure you have a ride plan to get home. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time with your friends, family. Enjoy the college football game tonight. But make sure you have a ride set up to get home if you are going to drink and enjoy yourself.
So at your New Year's Eve parties, does a college football get on the TV?
Oh, if I'm there, it is.
There was some controversy a few years ago at a party because
I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was like, was it Ohio State where there was a field goal miss right at
as the ball was dropping,
right at New Year's?
Yes. Yeah.
So all the women were getting upset because the guys were watching the TV. Like, we can't change it. We can't fucking change it.
We have to watch.
And then right as the ball dropped, he misses the kick. Yeah.
It was one. I think that was in 2022 or 2021.
Sounds right in that range.
So
it's on at your parties.
Oh, 100%. Well, I'm not going if it's not on. I'm going to double check with the host of my parties today, or my party today, and ensure that it will be on because I want to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Small New Year's gathering with friends. It's going to be a fun time. Yeah, just got to make sure it's on. I mean, it's a good game. Why would we not want to watch Miami, Ohio State?
I'm with you.
I mean, maybe it's not a good game, total to 40.5, but like college football. Like I've been waiting for this game for like literally 2 weeks. It's crazy that like I think I've complained about it on this show multiple times. And if we did shows on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of last week, I would have complained about it a lot more. But like the 11 day break between the games is just super.
Yeah, why do they time it for New Year's Eve? I don't really get that.
I don't know. They should have just timed it better. Anyways, it is what it is. Before we get into things, just want to give you a quick reminder and quick shout out to our friends over at BetStamp with football in full swing and basketball back on the board. Now's the time to lock in the BetStamp Pro Prop Screen. Pro was built for high-level better between spot and scale-up edges fast between NFL Sundays, college football Saturdays, and daily NBA action. Prop markets are more liquid and prices are sharper than ever, so the window to exploit inefficient numbers is right now. You can't do that without a hyper-efficient, reliable, true line that shows you the real market price in seconds across 150-plus outs, helping you find and hit scalable edges fast. Don't wait. The opportunity to capitalize on the prop market is right now. Visit betstamp.com/hammer or scan the QR code to apply for a demo. Spots are limited during the season, so you're going to want to get on that as soon as possible. All right. And for the people, for the end of the next segment, I'm going to pull up BetStamp Pro. I'm going to find like a little prop bet for you tonight. Hopefully we can find one on the Miami-Ohio State game. All right. Let's get into things here. Let's bring on our first guest. He's a college football bettor, college football enjoyer. You've seen him around here, especially on Hit the Books, always in the chat. Brad loves him. Kanish loves him. Seen him on Twitter. Step on a Duck, a.k.a. Josh Nunn. Josh, how's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me. How are you today?
Good. Doing well. I guess it's Josh Nunn, a.k.a. Step on a Duck, not the other way around. I might have had that flipped, but whatever people know you the most by. Josh Nunn's here. We're going to talk some college football. You remember that game, right? The was it someone in the chat saying Cincinnati? I thought it was Ohio State. Maybe was it Ohio State, Cincinnati, that field goal on the ball drop for New Year's. Do you remember that at all? Was that in 2022? Am I off base?
I don't remember specifically. I'm not a ball drop watcher kind of guy, so I really don't know what sort of lined up with that, coinciding with it. But I can see why some of the women might not want to be super thrilled about watching college football on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, I completely understand. It's the one of the few times a year you can steal the boyfriend away from sports or the significant other away from sports, and then hey, these guys in the college football ranks, they're scheduling the playoffs on New Year's or bowl games on New Year's Eve. What are they doing? I'm sure they're going to complain about that. All right, I didn't know you're not a ball drop watcher. Are you on the East Coast? Are you in the EST time range? Because I guess it.
Yeah, I live on the beach in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Okay, very nice. All right. All right, let's get into things though. Before we talk about bowl games though, I know there's a bowl game live going on right now. Iowa and Vanderbilt just kicked off. Seems like Josh Hoover might be going to Indiana. Saw a lot of rumors flying around on Twitter, and I want to ask you about like development of quarterbacks within a program versus what we see to be like sort of the new era of the transfer portal, where it's just like find the best guy who's willing to transfer and just get him, because you probably increase your chances of winning like that. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think this is a bad thing? Kurt Cignetti's obviously pretty sharp. Did it this past year with Fernando Mendoza. Seems to be likely to do it again next year with Josh Hoover. Do you like this path forward for college football? Do you think this is something that we're going to see more regularly, where juniors and sophomores are going to be transferring to other schools to maybe get more of a highlight, more of a spotlight? What's your opinion on this?
Well, I think it's concomitant to the times that we're in with college football, where administrations have become less and less patient with middling programs. Coaches have more and more pressure to win now. And with the transfer portal and the rules the way that they are, it's a free market. You can go out and handpick your roster and get guys poached. And as long as you have the bankroll to do so, you can get guys to show up at your school and really elevate the trajectory of your program. Indiana has done that really well. And so I think you'll see less and less development of recruiting classes. You're not going to recruit 26 high school seniors to come to your program and then develop them, redshirt them, build them up, and have a 3 or 4 year plan. Quarterback or not, you're just not going to do that with your roster anymore, because there's just not as much patience with administrations to have the foresight and the vision to kind of hang in there through some middling seasons until the team develops and becomes good. And so I think at the quarterback position, you just find that you have guys that have these highlight seasons, maybe 1 or 2 years they play at a program, and now they can go get a bunch of money somewhere else and step into an elite situation where they'll be Heisman contenders, national championship or playoff contenders, things of that nature. It's only going that way until you have any sort of laws or rules or constraints to the portal put in place to control it. It's only going to continue to be provoked in this direction.
All right. It seems like that's the way it's going, whether good or bad. Unless we get a rule change, it seems like we're just going to have to get used to it regardless. Couple bowl games today, like I mentioned. Iowa and Vanderbilt already kicked off. I already scored a touchdown. Wow, look at that. Arizona State, Duke, Michigan, Texas, Nebraska, Utah. Any interest in these bowl games today? You have any bets for us here?
I'll be honest. I haven't seen a soul on Vanderbilt at all. You scour the internet or anybody in your betting circles, and I have seen one-way sentiment on Iowa. Now, Iowa did score right away. They had 3rd and 15. Quarterback was about to get sacked. They broke away from it, 45-yard run, and then got into the red zone and did score on 3rd and goal. But I don't want to fade Diego Pavia in his last college game. Pavia is such a dude and such a gamer and such a good player. And I think Vanderbilt, I mean, already down 7-0, so go grab them live. I think Vanderbilt wins this game, and line dropped all the way down to 3. So, the other interesting one is there was going to be such an opportunity for Utah with Kyle Whittingham potentially leaving or retiring or whatever he was going to do, to have the Utes send him out into the sunset with an absolute opportunity to pound Nebraska. And now Whittingham's not even there since he's at Michigan. So I liked Utah earlier in the kind of the bowl season when you could get it at 14 based on some of the things that I had read and what the players wanted to do for him. But now I just don't know. Now Latif is in for Nebraska, so they're going to have a competent player at quarterback when it was a thought that maybe they'd be down to a third stringer. There is no real pomp and circumstance around sending Whittingham off a winner. I think the defense will show up and be ready to go. I still think Utah has the potential to blow these guys out, but now nothing would shock me. Now you're coaching with a kind of a piecemeal together staff, and Morgan Scalley's going to show up and be the guy to run the show, which he hasn't done before. So just a few things that are going to add a few cogs into the operation, but I still think Utah will look pretty sharp today.
Yeah, Utah right now minus 14.5, minus 105 at FanDuel. Vandy, if you like them live, plus 2.5, minus 128 is out there as well. Let's flip over and talk some the night game tonight, Miami and Ohio State. Anything you like in this game in terms of maybe props or just sides, totals? I don't know if you're paying. I'm sure you're paying a lot of attention to this college football playoff game, but I don't know if you have any bets for it. Talk us through this one.
Yeah. I like the first half under. You're going to get two teams that operate at an extremely slow pace. Miami is 128th nationally, and Ohio State is dead last in operating tempo on offense. Both of these defenses excel at preventing explosive plays, and I just don't see the explosivity. I feel like we saw the script with Miami in their first playoff game against Texas A&M. They didn't have a lot of interest in throwing the ball around the field with Carson Beck, and really they were only able to move the ball via a couple of explosive plays from running back Mark Fletcher. Had they not had that, this offense was in major, major trouble. The other thing that we should look at is both of these defenses are absolutely elite in the red zone in the first half. Since Miami lost to Louisville, and they've played 7 games since that point, they've allowed a total of 17 first half points in those 7 contests. And Ohio State, only one time this season has any opponent scored more than 10 in the first half. I think it's going to be tough sledding. Ohio State is probably going to win this game. I think the game will be close, but the Buckeyes haven't played in a month. And so you just got to get back into working the muscles on game tempo, playing against an opponent who wants to tear your head off. It could just be a feeling out process that takes 2 or 3 series. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this one goes punt, field goal, punt in the first quarter, and then the entire game flow just consistently trends under these posted numbers. But our friends over at FanDuel had a 21.5 for a long time. I have a play at that number, but even at 20.5, I could support that because I do believe both of these defenses will bow up in the red zone. We're talking about an historic Ohio State red zone defense this season. Only 8 red zone touchdowns surrendered all season in 26 red zone attempts. These guys are nasty when you move it inside their 20-yard line.
Yeah, two teams that like to play, like I call it, a wet blanket style of defense. Miami, their path to victory here is explosive plays and limiting as much on of this Ohio State offense as possible. So they're going to try and wet blanket them. They're going to lean on explosives, which could lead to like an under 20.5, like you mentioned here in the first half. That's minus 120 over at FanDuel. Let's skip ahead to January 2nd. Let's leave the other college football playoff games for a second here because there's a couple more bowl games. Rice, Texas, Service Academy game, Navy, Cincinnati, Arizona, SMU, Wake Forest, Mississippi State. Anything you like in those games in particular?
Yeah, we'll cover a couple of those. So Rice is in major, major trouble. They only backed into this situation because there were several teams that were 6-6 that opted out. So 5-7, Rice gets to show up. They're going to be down to a third-string quarterback as both Chase Jenkins and Drew Devilier are no-goes after entering the portal. And I like the way that Texas State finished their season, winning their last 3 and rallying the troops in order to make a bowl game. And if you look at their statistical profile, this is more of what resembles an 8 or 9 win team at the G5 level, not a 6-6 team. Texas State on numerous occasions lost games that they should have won. But let's just look at it for a minute. Rice's offense is 130th nationally in yards per play, 134th in pass success rate. And people might say, well, that doesn't matter. They run the ball. And they do play this inverted triple option style that Scott Abel brought over from Davidson College, where he coached prior. And they require staying on schedule like a service academy. You want 3 or 4 yards on first and second down to give yourself opportunities on third down. But when they get behind the sticks, it's major trouble. 2nd and 9, 3rd and 11, they're not converting that. And then Rice tries to outpossess you, but that only works until you're down by a couple scores early, at which point you got to throw that game plan out the window and start to try to throw the ball. We saw that manifest itself in their last 2 games of the regular season when Rice surrendered 50 points to each of their last 2 opponents. Now let's look at Texas State. They have a legitimate dual threat G5 quarterback in Brad Jackson, 18 touchdown passes, 16 rushing scores. I don't think that Rice is going to be able to cover these receivers. I do not think the Owls are going to be able to stop the run here. Rice was 135th nationally in allowing explosive pass plays, and we're the only team in America to not secure a red zone stop this year. 37 scores against them in 37 trips. If you look at the Rice front 7, this is the last point I'll mention. The Rice front had 22 sacks this year, but 14 of those sacks came in the first 3 weeks, and then another 5 came against UAB. The Owls went long stretches with providing absolutely no pressure to opposing quarterbacks. I think they get picked apart here, and Texas State may be looking at a 50 spot. So 15.5, 16.5, lay it with the Bobs.
All right, 15.5, Texas State. So we're looking at minus 115 over at FanDuel. I know you've been talking a lot about how service academies like to, I don't know, for lack of a better term, like wake up for these games and like are really play hard in these bowl games, care more about these bowl games than most teams. Has the 8.5 number versus Cincinnati gone out too far?
Well, the problem with Cincinnati is they have major participation issues. There are 6 or 7 players that would be listed in the 2 deep in the secondary that are expected to miss. They have several confirmed opt-outs on the defensive line, and Cincinnati all season really struggled with surrendering explosive plays. We saw that against Kansas and Iowa State early, but we really saw it be a problem in their 4-game losing streak to conclude the regular season. So the other thing you have to factor is that Cincinnati, while they used to play in the same conference as Navy, it's been years since that point. So these players are not familiar with defending the triple option scheme. And you have to have players that are committed to sticking their nose in there, filling the run gaps, tackling the fullback. And I just don't know if these guys have practiced this way for the last 2 weeks to really be able to do that to where we'll see it show up on the field. Navy's going to get whatever they want with the fullback dive with Teska, and then Heidenreich and Blake Horvath will get theirs on the outside. But here's where the problem for Cincinnati is going to manifest itself. Navy takes deep shots in the play action pass game, and they get their slot backs out into the seams better than anyone in the country. And Cincinnati is just going to get fooled by it. I would expect 3 or 4 long explosive pass plays from Navy, and that's going to set them up in the red zone to score. I think Navy scores a ton here. And then with the game in the balance, or maybe it even won't be in the balance, but in the late stages of the 3rd and 4th quarter, Cincinnati, when they've had the ground attack coming at them for 50 or 60 plays, I just don't know that they're going to be able to get off the field here.
All right. So it seems like you're leaning towards that 8.5. I only have
I like Navy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the minus 8.5 for Navy. Sorry, minus 110 there. Sorry for cutting you off. We only have you for a little bit more time. I want to ask you about the Ole Miss Georgia game specifically because Hit the Books is going to be doing a live stream for that game. Live watch along. Brad Powers, Joey Knish will be on that. I mean, it might be your last opportunity to watch Hit the Books on the Hit the Books YouTube channel because 4 hours of Knish might mean that we're going to get the channel banned. But we're gonna have to take our lumps with that. Hopefully, he doesn't say anything crazy. Ole Miss Georgia. Georgia minus 6.5 right now. I think I've talked about it a lot on the show. It feels like Georgia's kind of getting like slightly disrespected in market at this minus 6.5 number. Do you agree with this number? Am I off base here in thinking that maybe the market's like a little bit lower on Georgia?
I think the line is probably fair, but this is going to be the second matchup with these two teams, and I think Georgia will be very prepared defensively to be able to handle what Ole Miss is going to throw at them offensively, having seen it once live and in person.
Mm.
We also saw their head coach for Ole Miss, Golding, talk about some of the nuances and the changes that they deployed against Tulane, calling a game without Lane Kiffin there. Well, all that's on film now for Georgia to be able to analyze and review. They're rested, they're ready to go. This Dogs defense has been nasty the last 4 weeks. Each of their last 4 games they played, each of their last 4 opponents have scored 10 points or less against this defense. Third down, red zone. It's been nasty. I think Georgia runs the ball on these guys, and Ole Miss is not going to be able to stop it. I would be inclined to say Georgia wins this game. I'm not going to say handily as if it'll be an embarrassing blowout, but I think they cover the number, and I would guess that Georgia scores 35, 38 points here.
All right, 6.5 minus 110. Maybe look towards the team total as well for Georgia there. Total of the game is pretty high, 55.5. Yeah, should be an exciting one for us as we watch live alongside Hit the Books. Brad Powers and Joey Knish. Before I let you go, let's look ahead past the college football playoffs, past these bowl games. What's at like the front of your mind for like the transfer portal and for next season? When I ask you to think about next season, the transfer portal, what's like the biggest thing that sticks out to you right now?
Over the last 2 or 3 seasons, I've had to start my off-season prep earlier and earlier and earlier. I'm starting before March 1st for the following year. So I'm trying to nail down the portal, trying to get a mosaic of what these rosters look like, trying to assess the coordinator and the head coaching changes. Only 17 FBS teams are on schedule to return their coach, their quarterback, and both coordinators. So there's a lot of changes that are happening in the landscape. I really want to dive into the personnel and figure out what these teams are going to look like. Then we go to the schedule line by line to try to assess what the regular season wins could look like. And then about May 1st or so, it's go time with futures. So getting a nail down on who these teams receive in the transfer portal and who they lose is really critical. There are some portal transfer website tracker websites out there that you can review or rely on. Twitter's a good resource, but it takes a lot of grunt work to try to get all that cataloged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, busy time for you. Hopefully you'll be able to enjoy once the football season's over, that little bit in January and February, and then right back to the grind. Josh, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. Awesome stuff there from Josh. Hopefully you guys were able to get something there because I know I did. I'm going to run to my phone after I'm done this show. Ohio State, Miami, under first half, under 20.5, minus 120 at FanDuel. Hopefully it's still there for me when we're done. Also, I said I would give out a prop. Can't find anything for the game tonight, but we can go for look tomorrow. Alabama and Indiana. Kalon Black rushing yards under 58.5 minus 114 is a go. Courtesy of our friends over at BetStamp. You can find that at FanDuel. All right, we're going to bring on George before we do that. College football playoffs hit different this time of year. The stakes rise, the crowd gets louder, and now FanDuel is giving you something extra. That's right. All customers get a profit boost every college playoff game day. That means more chances to level up your picks and turn big moments into even bigger wins. Ride with the favorite, take a shot in the underdog, or build a parlay, then apply your profit boost and go for bigger winnings. FanDuel is the best place to get into the college football action all playoff long. And when you win, you'll get paid instantly. Visit FanDuel.com/hitthebooks to get your college football profit boost today. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, affiliates of Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost token. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit FanDuel.com/RG. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. All right. On to the next guest here. We got G-Stack George, Director of Marketing at the Hammer Betting Network. George, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing well. My title's a little short, Jason. I'd like you to add Hammer Fantasy Champion, please.
No. Oh, fine. I'll do it.
Please. Because
right.
When I asked you two who was going to win in the finals, neither of you had a confidence in me. You thought Hitman was going to win.
Correct.
My team killed his. It wasn't even close.
You should have never been there in the. I've never been in a league with 8 people making the finals.
Stop it.
I've also never been in a league that paid out first place or the most points for, which is a little crazy, I must say. 14 weeks of grinding, destroying every single opponent, and what's my reward? I get the winner. So I got to play the winner in the first round.
Yeah, you should be proud that you would have won it if you didn't run into the buzzsaw.
Maybe. I don't know. Jameer Gibbs laid an absolute egg for me throughout the. I feel bad for any Jameer Gibbs owners. Anyways, excited to get into today's show. Actually, you know what? Take George off the screen for a second. He's the director of marketing at the Hammer HQ, the winner of the Hammer Fantasy Football Championship. George, how's it going?
How are you, my
There
friend?
we go.
Now that is an introduction. All right.
I just got to not giggle through it. All right, let's get into things though. Let's get a little serious here. It's getting a little silly, as it is in the last day of 2025. NFL games. You want to talk the most important ones? There's 3 very, very important games, and I think the only one we have to start with, number one we have to start with, is the first game of the slate: Panthers Bucks, Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Bucks right now it's like an in between. Minus 2.75, we'll call it. Bucks right now, -3, -102 at FanDuel. Break down this game here. What do you like? Talk us through it.
Yeah, so the Bucks have like a reputation as being this very good run defense, and they're still like top 10 in a lot of defensive rush metrics. Although like they've had some big running backs have big games. The truth is you can just throw on the Bucks, 26th in defensive dropback success rate. So they put Zion McCollum on the IR. Jamel Dean hasn't practiced this week yet, so he's missing his second practice, and they're going to be without a pass rusher. I think they are very vulnerable at defending the pass, and I think Carolina is going to look to attack through the air. On the other side, the truth is the Bucs offense, like Baker's been bad. Like we keep trying to wash it with like language of he's struggling. He's, below average. No, he's been like bottom 6 quarterback for about 2 months now. The O-line on the interior is like in shambles. And if they can't get a run game going, which they haven't been able to consistently, they are asking a receiving core that has not been good. Like Emeka Buka has been off the radar for 2 months now. Chris Godwin is washed as all washed can be. This feels like 2 different teams in 2 different directions. I know Carolina is very inconsistent, but they feel like they're playing better ball than current form Bucks. The odd thing in all this, Jason, is I think current form, they're the 2 worst teams in the NFC South right now.
Yeah, no, I think that's I mean, a slightly bold take, but I don't think I don't disagree with you here. Also, I want to
is Atlanta probably playing the best ball?
Probably, yeah. They look to be pretty good, and I wanted to actually touch on this a little bit because the Atlanta game is like a lot more important. For those who don't realize, it could be very important here if Tampa Bay ends up winning this game because there was some mispricing at some books out there, not realizing that there could be a 3-way tiebreaker for first in the division, and if that happens, Carolina is through regardless of Carolina is through if they lose to Tampa Bay here. So I just wanted.
Bucks need to win a 2-game parlay they need to win as a favorite. And then they need to win as a field goal dog to get in. Because no one in the right mind thought Atlanta was going to beat the Rams on Monday.
Of course, but it did happen. So I was just going to shout that out. If you have make-miss markets live during the game for Carolina, and you see Carolina down, and just compare it to the price in the Saints game, and if you can get a better price on, I guess like the Saints money line for Carolina to make the playoffs, then it's probably a good go. Little bit of EV there. So if you had to predict right now, George, gun to your head, who wins this game, and then by proxy, who ends up with this winning the division?
I think Carolina is going to win the game.
Okay.
Dowdle has a little bit of a foot injury, but I anticipate him playing. Robert Hunt has a chance to play for the first time since the first month of football. And the Bucks, they're probably going to have Tristan Wirfs back, and they're probably going to have one of their corners, Benjamin Morrison, back. But Jamel Dean, apparently his shoulder is like hanging on by like like a turkey leg when you bang it on the table when it's nicely cooked and it all comes off. Apparently that's how his shoulder is right now. And Anthony Nelson hasn't practiced this week, didn't practice last week, didn't play. I like Carolina to win. It would be hilarious though, and so NFC South for Tampa to win and then both teams have to root a rival to win. It would be amazing TV. The NFL would love to get an extra game with high eyeballs, but I think Carolina just puts that narrative to bed and wins on Saturday.
All right, so you're locking in Carolina into your playoff bracket. Let's flip over and talk the night game on Saturday. Seattle, San Fran. Could have like a couple more stakes than just the divisions. If you flip over and look at the awards market, Jackson Smith and Jigga minus 380 to win the Offensive Player of the Year. Christian McCaffrey plus 380. So it's like this game could not only determine the outcome of the division winner, but also who wins Offensive Player of the Year. Break down this game for us here, George. Seattle, slight favorites, -1.5 on the road, -108. Do you have Seattle better than San Fran in this game?
So my numbers bang on here. I actually, there's a lot of people who are going to bet this game, Jason, because they have made a decision on San Fran. So there's people who love the way San Fran is current form. They look amazing. They've been like putting up all kinds of points. Their defense, despite all their injuries, hasn't played bad. That's a narrative. And they're definitively saying that. And like there's pushback of like, listen, San Fran has played a bunch of soft defenses. The only defense that they played in the last 2 months with a spine was Cleveland, and they struggled to move the ball in that game. So this is obviously a whole different test. But then there's people who will like automatically say San Fran's overrated. And I can't. I actually just need more information on both teams. Remember, we had a conversation a week ago about teams that I'm higher on than Super Bowl current odds. So, remember, San Fran was something like 8th in odds, Jason? Yeah. They could be the 1 seed and then never go on the road again because the Super Bowl's in San Fran. They could have spent the last month and a half in San Fran because the last 2 games of the year have been at home. So I thought from that perspective there was some value on them. That being said, I don't know if I can touch this game. On the surface, yes. San Fran has taken advantage of bad defenses. Now they have no Trent Williams. George Kittle was limited at practice. We're not sure if he's going to play. He's big deal in the run game. But I like what they do with like Pearsall and Jennings, like Shanahan's intricate routes. See, I'm no longer calling them routes. His intricate routes are amazing. Like Pearsall's wide open on like most of his targets. It's incredible. But Seattle has a way of like not pressuring the quarterback without sending a blitz. So there's congested passing lanes to throw into. On the other side of the ball, Sam Darnold, we obviously know he's been like leaking oil for about 2 months, but that's when he's pressured and he makes mistakes. So San Fran's like bottom 2 in generating pressure. Chicago, despite missing receivers, got whatever they wanted offensively on the Sunday nighter. So this is a game I don't have a strong opinion on. I'm just very excited to watch it. And frankly, just to get a little bit more information on them.
Yeah. It's okay. Gun to your head. If you had to pick the winner of this game, the team that gets the 1 seed, who do you have here?
I mean, technically my number says Seattle -1.5. And
it's so close.
Yeah. And listen, I think if Trent Williams doesn't go, I think that's the most consequential injury in the game. Even Rashid Shaheed, who I thought could miss the game for Seattle, would be big because he's big in the special teams. He was a limited participant with a concussion. It doesn't mean he's going to clear by Saturday, but now there's optimism that he can. So it feels like Seattle's going to get the better injury news here, but that's still listen, doubting Kyle Shanahan in a big spot has caused people a lot of problems throughout their career. So I'm just excited to watch the game. I don't know. I believe that the Rams are the best team in the NFC.
Yep.
I believe the Eagles are probably the second best, but maybe one of these 2 teams are actually better, and we'll learn a lot more information.
Yeah, I think it's the Rams are the clear number 1, and then it's like I think it's like you said, a three team tier cluster is how I kind of break it down. And I think I mentioned it a couple times on the show the past 2 weeks. If Fred Warner can come back, this San Fran team is super scary.
He was bouncing around too, when they won against Chicago. That being said, if Seattle wins, you better victory lap that thing, Jason, because you've been banging the table for Seattle all offseason, and no one's giving you the credit as being at the front of that.
I appreciate it, George. You're giving me the credit now. I feel like that's all I need. The acknowledgement is what I needed.
I am a humble fantasy king. I like to raise up my subjects, not discriminate against them. So I'm going to give you your praise.
Appreciate it, George. Let's flip over to the final game. Not final game. well, it is the final game on the Sunday football slate, but the final game we're going to talk about here. Baltimore Ravens, Pittsburgh Steelers. Still don't know what's going to happen with Lamar Jackson. What an interesting like sort of turn of events in the AFC, like, and for the Baltimore Ravens this entire year has kind of been like so weird for them. Lamar Jackson hasn't looked right all year. Steelers somehow, some way, even though they like had the division in their grasp, have found themselves playing for their division on Sunday Night Football. So what do you make of this game right now? Ravens minus 3.5. I assume this is an in-between number with Lamar. I don't know how much it's going to move in favor of the Ravens if Lamar is ruled in. If Lamar is out, I don't know how much it's going to move towards the Steelers. Talk me through this game, George. I don't know what to do here.
I actually think it's closer to Lamar's playing number. I could see it going to 4. I can't, like, at 4.5, just everyone's going to buy back on Pittsburgh, even at 4. And I think if Tyler Huntley's in, probably closes 2.5. Maybe it comes back to 3. It feels like current form Lamar to like current form Huntley. People are not going crazy in the market for that gap anymore. Obviously, there still is a gap, but going through the 3 is a big number. The truth is, Baltimore's key to success: just run the ball. Pittsburgh is 25th in defensive rush EPA. They're awful. They cannot stop the run. Derrick Henry and the Ravens are second in rush EPA. I also think the Steelers are going to run. DK Metcalf not being there, there's not many options, and Darnell Washington now broke his arm. The Steelers are also 5th in rush EPA this year. These are 2 teams that have run the ball very well. The only problem is when there's no threat of a downfield pass like DK Metcalf, I think the Ravens are just going to sit in the box. And they kind of sat in the box against Green Bay. And I know Malik Willis made some nice throws, but they shut down Josh Jacobs. I know he killed a lot of people in their fantasy championship that started him. I like the Ravens, but I don't want to bet them at 3.5. I would love to get a 3 again. I would love Huntley to be announced and get something under 3. That's the truth. But I expect everybody to go, including Lamar. And I think even TJ Watt will push to play in this game.
All right. Rudy, I think, as well, is making a great point in the chat. He said the best bet is to wait till Lamar is ruled in, then maybe just take Pittsburgh, let the line move out, and then kind of hit it back there, which is what we might see. So, gun to your head, if you had to choose who wins this game.
I think
right now, Baltimore wins the game. All right.
I think Baltimore. I want to see ball. Like nobody thinks Pittsburgh can put together a run, but I'll tell you something. Houston at Baltimore, week 1 would be of the playoffs would be quite an interesting game. I actually would love to see that game.
All right. You've kind of decided on who's in the playoffs, who's out right now. You have Carolina. They're going to win their division. You have Baltimore. They'll win the division. And then you'll have Seattle. Knowing that right now, you have your bracket filled out, George.
Yes.
Give me your Super Bowl exacta.
I want Rams. I want Rams and Patriots. That's what I want.
Rams over Patriots or Patriots over Rams?
You know what? Let's not award the MVP. We'll just settle it in the Super Bowl. How about that? All the discourse. Let's just see who's better mano y mano in the. You know what? I have really come around on the Patriots. I just think Drake May is so special.
Are you worried about like, I feel like we have to touch on this.
Yes, I'm worried about
stuff like
I'm worried about half the team being arrested for domestic violence. I don't know what the heck's going on in New England. If they can keep this thing on the rails, though, Jason, they're the 2 seed, right? They get to host probably the Chargers, and then Buffalo will likely go to Denver. New England could be hosting the AFC Championship game against Buffalo in the rematch that everybody wants to watch.
It'll be a lot of fun. All right, George. Rams, Patriots. I think I've come to the conclusion that's the most fun outcome. Either that or Rams, Bills. One of the two. Like
what's the okay? San Fran's also fun.
San Fran is also fun.
What's the most realistic unfun game? Is it Philly Denver or Philly Houston?
Philly Denver, Philly Houston. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, or maybe even like Seattle. Denver,
God,
Seattle
those would suck.
Like
that'd be awful.
Two good defensive teams. It's like we're gonna get that Tom Brady Bucs Super Bowl where it was like, what was it? It's like 13,
it was the Rams Patriots.
Rams Patriots. Sorry. Rams Patriots Super Bowl was like 13-6.
Rams Patriots, 3rd Super Bowl game between them, and the Rams haven't beaten the Patriots.
That'd be good. That'd be
a good story, right? That'd be a good one.
All right.
Every decade, they're destined.
Patriots
to
hate watch Super Bowl. It's always bring the tradition back.
All right, George. Any final thoughts before you head out here? I guess we can maybe do I don't want to call it year in review, but like looking back on the 2025 season, the last day of 2025. What sticks out the most in your mind when thinking about the year that was? I think we lost you for a sec, George.
My mic cut up.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming back, coming in, coming out. Just give it a second here. Listen, if you needed more time, I could have filibustered for you.
There we go. The cord was loose. Okay.
It's all good.
This is a strange year where like all the big favorites presumably have been like worse than expected. Chiefs, Bills, Ravens. There's a lot of fun. It feels like we're in we have an opportunity to get two new teams that haven't been in the Super Bowl. I don't want the Eagles for the reason. I just want two fresh teams. Doesn't it feel like you've blinked and it's just been KC versus San Fran or Philly for half a decade now?
Yeah.
I want something new. I want something new. That's the truth.
All right. Hopefully we can get something new this year. It'll be a lot of fun. No Philly, no San Fran. Let's get the Rams in there for fun. All right, George, appreciate you joining the show. Have a happy new year. Hope all is well with you and the family. Stay safe tonight. We'll talk soon.
You too, my friend. Take care.
Appreciate you, George. Awesome stuff from G-Stack. Great stuff there.
Let's do guess the line quickly.
Guess the line. Before we do guess the line,
okay. Do what you got to do.
I have to do one thing. I don't know if you've heard, but tomorrow night we have a live watch along over on the Hit the Books YouTube channel. Go check it out. Go check it out. Kanish, Powers, live. 4 hours. You get to watch Kanish for 4 hours. This is absolutely going to be crazy. I'm worried.
Concerning.
I'm worried. Are we going to lose?
He might be one of those guys you need in like your friend's friend. He's like cool for an hour, but when it's been like 3-4 hours together, he's like, okay,
all right, I
need you to relax now.
I left my dog at home. I don't even have a dog. Like, get me away from this.
That could be Kanish on this watch along.
Could be interesting. You're going to want to tune in, though.
Yeah, so no Friday show, just tomorrow, 7:45 p.m. Eastern time on the Hit the Books channel, which is linked in the description below. Go to the link in the description below to subscribe to the Hit the Books channel. All the other channels we have at the Hammer.
Yep.
I got to take this.
All good. Let's
bring up Moretto.
We'll bring up Moretto here. He's director of content over on the Hammer Betting Network. Let's flip over the scenes, Jacob, to get Moretto on right now. Is he in the background? Is he on? All right. Jacob's like, I might need to take an important phone call during the show today, so if I answer the phone, that is why. So we'll give him some grace there. And there we go. We got Alex coming on. Alex, how's it going?
What's up?
All right.
I wonder who do you think is calling him?
I know, but I can't say. I'm not allowed to say.
Oh, okay.
Very important work here. But got a full slate of games today. You gave out a bet early. How's it looking, by the way? Rangers, Caps.
Just started. I think I don't have it on. All right, get in live at a better price. That's what they do, right?
No, there's no goals early. You're fine.
Yeah, so get in live at a better price. No, I have over, not under.
Oh, you have the over. Oh, I thought you had the under.
Over.
Yeah, over. 5.5 plus 100. There you go. Second best bet given out. We have a middle now. No, we don't.
Yeah.
We have the over. Sorry,
we don't have a middle. Yeah. Well,
it's because someone in the chat
you're putting my mind in a pretzel right now too.
Someone in the chat says need Moretto, and then I see a U. U20 bangers on
under 20.
Yeah.
World Juniors under 20.
Okay. All right. I was just like, I see the Moretto and the U. I'm like, all right, you bet the under in that game. But like, it's just, anyways. All right, let's.
It's only up from here.
Only up from here. Let's get into things. Let's start. And there's no other place to start than the Predators Knights game. 3 p.m. Eastern time is the start time. Is the kickoff puck drop for that one. Knights, Predators, Golden Knights minus 188. Total of the game's around 6. Slightly juiced towards the under. What do you like in this game?
I got nothing in this game. This is a Vegas team that's kind of really struggling with their injuries right now. Like, I just came out the other day, too, that William Karlsson is now even longer, going to miss a bunch more time. He's not going to be there for the Olympics. So, like, who knows when they're going to get him back. Obviously, Shea Theodore and stuff. Yeah, they're struggling a bit right now with some injuries. I think we're getting to a point, though, where, like, I'm not looking to fade them at these prices. This is a Nashville team that was playing better and kind of I think it's all kind of lined pretty fairly. They've hit a bit of a dip again in their last like 7 or 8 games. Nashville after like playing well for a while. So not looking to bet this team. There's better things to get on today than back in the Predators.
All right, better things to get on than back in the Preds. We are anti-Preds. We are not Predators. Next game we have on the board is Lightning and Ducks. Lightning on the road right now, -162 on the money line. Totals at 6.5, juice towards the over at FanDuel, -114. Anything you like in this game?
I do. I haven't actually bet it yet. I've been waiting and seeing how far this runs, but a lot of Tampa money kind of flooding in, which I thought early on was, kind of fair. But now we're getting to a point where it's run really far from like the +120s that were out there early. Now we're looking at +145, best price available on the Ducks. I don't know if it gets any better than that, but I am fine anything +140 or better, which you can find at a number of spots. I still haven't bet it because I just wanted to see if it was going to run anymore, but I think we're kind of at the peak here. So Ducks obviously playing good hockey. Like I love this Lightning team, and I've spoken highly of them consistently, and I have no reason to waver from that at this point. But like, it's just a matter of them being priced like astronomically high at this point. As much as I like them, it takes a lot for me to bet against them. So the fact that I'm doing that here should say something about how far we've come on this game. A lot of Tampa money that I'm going to look to kind of get in front of now and bet some Ducks +140 or better.
Do you think it's going to move out a little bit more as we get closer to game time, or is this like now is when you want to enter the market?
I don't want to risk because like I'm not going to bet it if it dips below 140 again.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to risk it. I'm good with where it is now, and it's kind of run so far that like I'd be surprised if it kept going. Just because like we've already gone like 30 cents at this point almost. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go any further. If it does go a little bit, I'm okay with it. I made my peace with getting it here.
All right. Next game we have is the Wild and the Sharks. That game starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time as well. Minnesota -182 on the money line. So Money not here to talk about his former best friend, Quinn Hughes. Totals at 6.5, -112, both sides on FanDuel as well. Take the lead on this one.
Yeah, so I did bet this game as well. I love what we're seeing from Minnesota. Obviously, I'm just going to pull something else up here to make sure we're. But yeah, I love what we're seeing from Minnesota. Offense is really rolling here, and San Jose has been low key playing some really, really good hockey. They've been very competitive. They've been generating a ton. I love what I'm seeing from them offensively, kind of throwing caution to the wind. It's obviously come at the expense of how much they're giving up, like just an insane amount they are giving up. At 5-on-5, there's potential for a ton of goals this way. I think both teams are capable of scoring. Both teams want to score. I think we could see some fireworks here. I bet over 6.5. Anything out there right now, I think is good. -110 is the worst I'm seeing. I'd even be okay with betting that. Obviously, shop around though, you can get better. -104s, -105s. There's some plus money even. So over 6.5 Wild Sharks for me.
All right, over 6.5. Plus money is what we're looking for. Or sorry, -110 is what is widely available. There's plus money out there. -105s, tons of different options. Try and bet at the best price you can get it at. Winnipeg, Detroit, pick 'em -110 both sides on FanDuel. Totals at 6 towards the under. -122. Do you like that under with that -122 here in this game?
No, I don't. I do have a bet on this game, though. I've been absolutely firing today. I did not anticipate having a bet on this game, especially where things opened up. And now I don't understand why the market just is so obsessed with this Jets team. Like it's got to be just like they won the President's Trophy last year, and like they used to be good. Like yeah, they used to be good. They actually low key suck now. Like they're not a good hockey team. They're at the bottom of the standings because they are legitimately bad and have been playing bad. There's not much to love about what we've seen from them. There's not a lot of like reason for optimism, and they just keep getting bet like game in and game out. And now we're at a point now where I'm not even as high in Detroit as some other people are. Like I know so many really likes them. I know some other people really like them. I don't think Detroit is actually that good. I think they're going to tail off at one point, but like pick them at home to the Jets is just flat out wrong. This dipped to like -110, and that's when I bet Detroit. I said I can't not bet them now. And then it got to like plus money at one point. And I bet them again. So I've ended up with like a really big position on a game I didn't even have any intention of betting coming into today. So everything out there right now, pretty much There's some rogue minus 122s on Detroit, but wouldn't bet those. But obviously, I don't think you'd have any reason to, because there's a ton of better prices out there.
Yeah.
Almost plus money flashing still. So yeah, I like the Wings tonight.
Yeah, minus 110, minus 104, minus 105, kind of widely available minus 110, but you can get better numbers as well. So yeah, gonna want to get in on that. Devils, Blue Jackets, 7 p.m. puck drop. Shout out to the schedule makers for, again, figuring it out on these important days. Just breaking things up by half hour or hour stretches so we can watch all the games throughout the day. Blue Jackets minus 122 right now on the money line. Totals at 6, minus 112 towards the over. Talk us through this one.
Another one where I bet, and the market has not really agreed with me, but has kind of moved against me a little bit here. On the news that Werenski would be out again, I kind of expected Werenski to be back tonight. He is not back tonight. Monahan not back tonight either. But I mean, look, if you've been reading the newsletter, you know that the market does not seem to care about most players. Werenski is obviously like incredible in what he brings for this Columbus team and how valuable he is. I know they beat Ottawa the other night. That's a little bit more of a comment on Ottawa, that they lost to Columbus without Werenski and Monahan on a back-to-back in a bad travel spot, than just comment on Columbus. So yeah, I bet the Devils at a worse price and ended up adding again at these plus 110s, plus 111s out there. So I like the Devils, anything plus money in this game. This should be a fun one too. I don't know if you remember, Jason, but last time these two teams played, there was like brawls everywhere. Brendan Dillon was his 1,000th game. Voronkov fought him, and like the Devils thought that he got jumped, and like Dillon ended up getting knocked out and concussed in his 1,000th game, and there was like just a ton of fights after. It was a pretty crazy game. It seems like both teams kind of like circled this on their calendar. I think there's going to be a ton of bad blood here, and should actually be a pretty fun game to watch. Although I don't know how many people are going to be tuning in to Devils Columbus on New Year's Eve when there's college football playoffs and other stuff going on. But if you get a chance, I think this could be a fun one.
Yeah, at 7 p.m. So just before the college football game, if you want to watch that first period, it could be a fun first period. Buffalo, Dallas, 4 more games to go. Do us a favor. I don't ask this a lot on the show, but if you can, smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. If you're new to the channel as well, hit the subscribe button. If you're going to be with your friends on New Year's, steal their phones, subscribe to the channel on their phones. Been piping that around all holiday season, and I've been seeing the numbers increase, so I'm going to continue to do that. Buffalo, Dallas, Dallas minus 160 on the money line. Totals at 6, minus 122 towards the over. Alex, go ahead.
Yeah, Sabres not always the most deserving of some of those wins early on in their win streak, but they have like basically been winning games, and that's given them some some swagger or whatever it is, because their play has drastically ticked up over the course of this win streak, and now they're actually playing like the wagon they look like based on their recent record. So I really like what I've seen from them. Don't love what I've seen from Dallas. Dallas kind of sputtering a little bit. It's just a case of it's just one of those teams where they don't need to care about the regular season. They've been there so many times where everything that matters for them is playoffs. Obviously, seeding and stuff like that's going to matter. And I'm not saying they're not trying, but it's hard to bring that same intensity every single night, unlike a team like Buffalo, who hasn't been there in 50 years and really, really, really wants to be. Obviously not 50 years, but it's been an eternity for them. And yeah, I think it's run far now, so I'm not betting anything at current. I wouldn't bet anything at current, but those early Buffalo numbers I thought were pretty bad in the mid to high 150s. And now we've come down too much where I don't want to bet it at this point. But if we do end up seeing some Dallas buyback, I think I would get it on the Sabres. Anything plus 140-ish or better, ideally plus 145, but I think plus 140-ish I'd make an exception here and still bet it.
All right. Maybe we get a move back out for Buffalo to that 140, 150-ish range. So you guys can go ahead and click that. Colorado, St. Louis, 9 p.m. start time, minus 350 for Colorado on the money line at FanDuel. Totals at 6, minus 118 towards the over. 3 more games left. Any more bets? Do you have a bet on this one? No bet.
Not on this one. I do have another bet in one of the later games. I don't have one in this one. We have seen, we have seen the Blues play a little bit better, and then they looked kind of like shit again the other night against Buffalo. Getting some guys back, getting healthy, but I'm not betting the Blues in Colorado on New Year's Eve. No interest. few things I'd rather do less than do that.
All right. I'm going to take a guess on which game you like, what you like. Maybe is the bet in the Philadelphia and Calgary game? There we go. I'm right. I see some nodding in the background there. Minus 142 on the money line for Calgary. Totals at 5.5 towards the over. Do you like? No, I don't know. I don't know what to guess here. Tell us what you like.
You should know. You honestly should. If you've been listening to us talking past shows, no.
Philadelphia,
not Calgary. No.
Under.
No.
Over.
Oh man.
I don't know.
Yes, over. Yeah, there we go. You got it on the fourth try. Good job. I like the over here. Yeah, I like the over. I've talked about Sam Ersson overs, and we're gonna get an Ersson start here, and it's a back-to-back. Vladar went last night. I still think Ersson sucks, and I know he was very good in his last game, but that was against Chicago, who doesn't have Bedard, who didn't have Nazar. Like, I don't really care what that Ersson only led in one goal. He's been relatively shit, and I mean, the Flames are playing some significantly high event hockey right now. Like, defensively, they're giving up a ton. They're generating a lot, and Philly's been like low key, decently high event too. Put those two teams together, put Ersson in net, and yeah, I think this is a really, really nice total here at 5.5. Anything minus 120 or better to get in on this over.
All right, over it is. I didn't know who was starting. I should have checked. That's on me. It's actually on Connor, who usually is on top of the goalie starts in the chat. So I blame him.
Technically, Ersson hasn't been confirmed, but it's a back-to-back.
Yeah,
he won't be confirmed till warm-ups, and yeah, I mean, they're not going to go Vladar in both games. So.
All right, Boston, Edmonton, last game on the board here. Edmonton minus 2.5. Totals at 6.5. Juice towards the under. Anything you like in this game? I assume it's
yeah, I would like to bet an over, like, especially as it kind of goes a little bit towards the under, but I can't do it with the Bruins right now. Like, they just cannot generate offense at all. I think defensively they're pretty poor right now, and I mean, the Oilers are playing really high event games, but like, it's just a case on a day where I have like decent volume. I don't want to force it with an over here because I just cannot trust the Bruins to score goals right now or even generate offense. So it's enough to keep me off. I know there's been a little bit of under money. I could not bet an under with the Oilers right now. So nothing for me in this game. If we do get a surprise Korpisalo start, not necessarily a surprise because they have been somewhat alternating, then I would bet it. But I don't know how many people are going to be on screen at 9:00 tonight waiting who starts for the Bruins. So yeah.
Could be something you can take advantage of, though. But if not, if it doesn't come, it is what it is. Before we head out, World Juniors, USA, Sweden, Canada, Finland. Let's skip over the early games tomorrow. Anything you like in those games?
So yeah, we gave out Slovakia last show, gave out Sweden last show as well. That Sweden number is all the way gone now. Yeah. That was like, I think it was plus 170s or I bet it plus 170s and then it was plus 160s. But yeah, we're looking at minus 104 now. I wouldn't bet at that number. I still think Sweden wins. I still would lean that way at this price, but I'm not going to bet it now. Czech Latvia we didn't talk about. I ended up betting an over 6.5 there, and Canada Finland I bet under 6.5. Look, both numbers have moved a bit since I bet them. I'm still fine with where they're at now. Like I said, I think these ones have generally a lot of room to run. So Canada Finland under, Czech Latvia over, in addition to the Sweden and Slovakia bets from the other day.
All right, that's it. That wraps things up. I'll recap the NHL bets that we had for today. Anaheim plus 140 is what we're looking for. Minnesota on the money line. Minnesota, San Jose over 6.5 minus 110. Detroit minus 110. Devils plus 102, and then Philly, Calgary over 5.5 minus 120. Also, if you want to get in live, you can get a better price. Oh no, the Capitals scored. There you go. Still can get a better price. So 5.5 minus 110 if you want to tail edge work here. Jordan's the goalie guy. My bad. Sorry, guys. I'm off it today. Anyways, Alex, appreciate you joining the show. Happy New Year to you. Oh.
Before I go, got a So Money future.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Asked me. That's okay. That's all right. He asked me to. He asked me in his rough state. He still wanted to deliver the goods for the people. That's how much he cares. Wanted to go out with a bang in 2025. So Money predicting the Super Bowl winner this year.
Ooh.
He said
So other sports.
it was good. Actually, wait. Before I even name a price, do you guys want to guess who So Money has?
Niners.
Jacksonville.
No. He went chalky. He said good, 5-1.
Rams.
It's plus 550. Yeah, at FanDuel.
Yeah.
Los Angeles Rams from So Other Sports.
So other sports.
Super Bowl
Boo.
champion.
Rams. Boo.
Yeah.
They're like
Boo.
they're plus 550. They're the highest on the board. Boo.
Well, hey, that's his bet. That's the bet.
All right. So other sports, adding it to the portfolio. Alex, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Yeah, have a
Happy
good
New
one,
Year.
guys.
Awesome stuff. All right.
Yeah, you too.
That wraps things up.
Wait, we should do guess the line.
We should do guess the line. Sorry. Wraps
So
things up.
yeah, just to explain myself, my laptop is in the shop, and I'm expecting a call today on the status of said laptop, which I assume is completely cooked, but I'm hoping for good news. That was not that phone call; it was a false alarm. So interrupted the show for nothing. Apologies there. But let's do guess the line before we wrap up the show today. Last guess the line of the year. Jason, we need you to get at least one this time.
Okay.
We're going to start off. Well, this is guess the line where Jason guesses the line. There's 3 lines to guess. He has 3 guesses per line. After each guess, I'll say if it's higher or lower than the actual answer on the prop. Or total, in this case. So we're starting off with Brock Purdy, passing yards. Guess the line.
218 and a half.
Higher.
234 and a half.
Also higher.
Whoa. 246 and a half.
242 and a half.
Okay.
So start off with an L.
Okay.
We move to the total points.
It's the Bryce Young just threw me for a blender pretty last day as well.
We'll start off. Okay, this is OTB, so I don't think we can do this. Let me refresh. Okay, there we go. The total points in the Timberwolves Hawks game tonight.
Oh god.
Actually, this afternoon, not tonight.
This afternoon. If you had to pick a winner in this game, who would it be?
Oh, Minnesota.
Minnesota. They're like heavy favorites. I
No.
guess. No. You just think they're better than the Hawks? Are the Hawks fast
I
or
am
slow?
looking at the line.
Are the Hawks fast or slow?
I've got a solid defense, but Minnesota higher scoring team.
Every single time you guys do this, you usually do the highest number on like.
I don't have.
Out of 10.
I don't pick the lines.
8 times out of 10, it's the highest number on the board. Let's go 223 and a half.
Higher.
I knew this would be the highest one. 234 and a half.
Higher.
241 and a half.
244 and a half. Another L. Need a win. This is the easiest one.
Is it?
Fernando Mendoza rush yards
What?
because the number is lower than the other two, so you have less of a range
I
to
see.
have
Okay.
to guess from.
Okay. But it's not that easy because
It's a lot easier than a NBA total.
I know, but it's like
Well, I guess there's only there's probably like a 50-ish range it could be for an NBA total.
no, because you can get negative rushing yards for sacks. It counts in college, so it's like not that it would be a negative, but
Guess the line.
let's go 26 and a half.
Lower.
10 and a half.
Oh, higher. Oh my God. You gave yourself a bad window here. That was a bad guess.
19 and a half.
21 and a half. Another L to end the year. Back-to-back bagels, pulling a flup to close out 2025.
All good.
That's it.
All
All right.
A lot of fun. Anyways,
Get back to production. Get back to your hosting job.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Didn't talk about it at all today, but heartbreaker for USC last night. Not that bowl games really matter, but like
Awesome.
lost-
End the year. Talk about USC.
Lost in overtime. The show is not over. The show is not over. The show is not over. No. The show is over. Appreciate you guys tuning us for all of 2025. We started the show in September. It's been going strong for the last couple of months. Excited to look forward to the 2026 year and what we have in store. We got a lot of stuff planned, so should be exciting in the new year. Quick reminder, set it at the top of the show. Going to say it at the end of the show. If you're going to drink tonight, make sure you have a ride plan. Stay safe. Spend time with your loved ones during this holiday season. We'll see you guys back here on Monday of next week. This has been the final Hammer Daily of 2025 here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by FanDuel. We'll see you guys back here in the new year on Monday.